He's been an All-American at the Division I level at the University of Oklahoma, a successful high school track coach, and most recently has served at Oklahoma Christian University and at Oklahoma City University. He also was the newest cross-country head coach at Oklahoma Baptist University. Frezer Legesse joins us here on this episode of Todd Talk. Coach, it's an honor to have you today, and you have to be excited about getting started, I think, and getting going as the cross-country season, an abbreviated one at that, starts soon.
Absolutely, Todd. I mean, we're very excited. We're very just to get to the line and start racing. So that's definitely something huge to look up forward to.
Okay, as I talked about, you have a very decorated resume. You've been at two schools in Oklahoma, one a Division II school, the other was at NAI school, but you are very familiar with the tradition and the success of Oklahoma Baptist. What was the drawing card to you to say, I want to be a part of Ford Maston's program and head up the cross-country program?
I think the biggest thing is obviously Ford Maston. Just being able to, in my own running career, being able to compete against OBU and kind of being able to see the history, the coaching behind it. That was definitely something that it's a program that's well respected across Oklahoma and in the nation. So it's definitely a pleasure and to join that team and to be able to, at the same time, mentor under someone I respect very much, like Coach Maston.
You're brand new to Oklahoma Baptist University, so we want to give you a chance to talk about yourself as well. You had a decorated career. I mean, you had a very successful career running. You were involved with the U.S. Olympic trials at one point. How does all of that experience, do you draw upon it to become a better head coach?
Yeah, I think just throughout my years, one of the things that I've been fortunate to have is amazing coaches in my career that guided me, that helped me reach the places that I've been able to reach. So throughout my running career, those coaches definitely left their print on how I want to one day grow up to be able to coach and to be able to be in their seat and mentor kids. Not only just running, but also just in life. So that's kind of been something that I've been looking forward to as my career was going at the same time. So now kind of being able to be in this position and give back to what I've been able to receive for years. So that's been kind of something.
Frezer, who's been your biggest influences, either as a coach, a young coach, or dating back to your days as an athlete?
My biggest influence has been my college coach when I was at the University of Oklahoma, Coach Martin Smith. He is a very well decorated. Right now he's at Iowa State. Just knowing how to build a program. When he came into OU wasn't really much, and then being able to build it into a top 5 cross-country national team and just a powerhouse of a distance team that we were when I was there. So, and then just being able to help me in my pro career and being able to navigate all the little things in running. He's definitely left a huge mark in how I lead now, the things that I do and training and just in the whole building that whole team aspect.
You mentioned something I want to draw upon a little bit more, because during our series here on Todd Talk, we've talked about this with a lot of the coaches. Winning conference championships, qualifying for national meets and such is all fine and dandy. But I feel like you are like so many of the coaches on Bison Hill, that's only a small part of your job. Graduating young men and women and making them become better citizens after their time with you and in the program is something that's equally important.
Absolutely. That's been kind of, everything with coaching and what we do is truly something to help mentor young men into adults and being able to be able to navigate the things that life throws at them after they left our university. So that's been kind of the biggest thing that I try to take on is it's not just our performance as athletes, but also who we are as people and what we bring into the people the communities that we go into once we leave here. So that's a big part of what we do here.
Frezer Legesse, the first-year head cross-country coach at Oklahoma Baptist University, is our guest. Right over your left shoulder, everybody can see, that's one of the drawing cards to OBU, those conference championship trophies. you have some big shoes to fill, and you have high expectations not only for yourself as a coach, but for your student athletes going forward.
Absolutely. I mean, we've had such an amazing history of success here. Not just, in our short period of time at Division II, very, very long, successful NAIA team that we've had here. So being able to step in is definitely, the pressure's up, and we're very excited to step into it and obviously continue our success that we had in NAIA and bring it into a national caliber success at the Division II level. So that's something that we're looking to build and being successful.
Some coaches, especially younger coaches, want to embrace tradition, but some run from it. You don't run from it, do you? I mean, you have a chance now to build your own legacy, make your own mark, and extend the decorated tradition of track and field and cross country on Bison Hill.
Absolutely. Knowing our success in the NAIA, coming into this program, my goal is national caliber team that's going to compete and leave our print at the national level. At the same, that comes with small steps that we take, obviously, doing what we've already done in our conference, and then being successful at the regional level, and then taking it to the national level. So there's definitely high standards that we hold our athletes to, and also goals that we set are very high coming into our program. So
it's been a strange year for everybody involved in athletics at any level, but has this been a little bit beneficial for you in the sense, if you look at the glass half full and not half empty, you have a chance to get more indoctrinated with your student athletes. They learn about you as a head coach, you learn about them, and make the most of this time where you haven't been able to compete?
Absolutely. I mean, there's always what we've kind of dealt with is something that everybody is dealing with currently. The silver lining for me is I came into a program and it gave me a little time, one, for my athletes to adjust to my training system, my leadership style, and then for them to, to fully buy in and know what we're about and really set in place moving forward what we're going to be doing and what's expected of them. So that's something I'm really appreciative of in terms of timeline and having that time for them to really have, instead of us going into racing constantly. Now it's just being able to train and focus on our goals and building that building our standards.
Describe your leadership style and your workout style. Every coach has a different outlook as to how they're going to reach the ultimate goal.
Absolutely. I mean, I think I would say my leadership style is something that's, we want to make sure that everybody understands what our goals are. Everybody has to know why they're here, what their purpose is on this team. Our goal is to be a national caliber team. So what does that mean? What does it take? All the little discipline, the commitment that it takes, that's expected of everybody from our top runner to our last runner. That's something that effort is something that's expected of everybody equally, regardless of talent. And that's something that builds a national caliber team that supports and that motivates within itself and reach our goals. So I try to lead in terms of making sure that it's clear that our goal is out there and everybody knows it, and everybody's on the bus heading towards and reaching our goal.
First-year head cross-country coach Frezer Legesse is our guest here on Todd Talk. Frezer, I think all sports require a certain level of self-discipline, meaning a coach can't be there to hold their hands 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. You have to have some motivation and some incentive on your own part. Is that even more important with the limited amount of workouts that you can have during COVID-19?
Oh, absolutely. Coming into cross-country season, we knew that we weren't going to have competition. The biggest thing, what inspires athletes is thinking about that D-Day, that competition day. That's what you're getting ready for. So not having that competition day, yeah, it's absolutely deflating, and you got to find that energy to be able to, from wherever you can find it, to build onto it. That being said, if you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing, then you're going to be taking steps back. So in making sure that our athletes are, motivated and inspired and working hard towards that, even though we didn't have anything, we created events that were very inter-squad meets. They're competing against each other. And at the end of the day, you know, the group of athletes that we have, I'm extremely proud of being able to really inspire each other, push each other in our inter-squad meets, and really run some personal best times on the track this fall. And I think that's been super fun for us.
You lead me into my next question. Walk us through what fall 2020 has been like on Bison Hill. And do you feel like, as we sit here and talk today, and I'm sure you do, this program is better now than it was the first day of the fall?
Oh, absolutely. You know, our work in cross country starts from the summer. That's when accountability starts. You know, our athletes are expected, you know, to come into the season trained and really ready to take on the cross country season. So that being said, once they got here, we were very excited about where everybody was, their commitment, knowing that we might not have competition, and then finding out that we're not going to have any competition, but still being able to train, being able to challenge themselves, and really take that, you know, self-drive to the next level. That's been kind of the biggest thing. And then obviously we created events for them. That was inter-squad meets with our whole track team, and being able to do it. And we kind of held it in the evening. Our band came out, they were amazing, and just created that energy for them to compete. And once that energy, once that environment was set, it was really easy for them to do what they do. They're competitors. That's the reason that they're here. And being able to watch them compete and run personal best times have been super exciting, given everything that we've been dealing with.
I want to break your squad down just a little bit as we talk with Frezer Legesse, the head men's and women's cross country coach at Oklahoma Baptist University, on Todd Talk. Frezer, this girls team has never lost in the Great American Conference Cross Country Championship since they've become a member. What does this year's squad would have looked like, or what will it look like when you go to Weatherford in early 2021 to try to defend that crown?
Todd, like you said, we don't come into the season looking to be second. I mean, what we know that we're expected to win, and every single person on our team understands that, and they know that pressure, and we thrive under that pressure. Every workout, everything that we do, we're pushing each other, knowing that second place is last place. So, I mean, that's been a huge drive for us, and we're going into February 27th to claim our spot. It's not going to be easy. Our conference is, you know, getting competitive each year and going at it, but I think we're super competitive. We're excited, and we're looking for that championship stop and bringing another trophy home.
You never expect success. I mean, you never can rest on success. You have to try to get better every day or you're falling behind. But one of the real surprises for this program last year was the way the men participated in the Great American Conference Championships, won the program's first ever title at the Division II level, winning the conference.
Absolutely. I mean, that was, I think, just to hear about kind of, you know, what it took, the sacrifice, and just kind of the commitment that the guys had. It's huge, and we really have a very young squad right now. We have one senior boy on the men's side, one senior man, one junior. So I think we have a very young team, but we have a very hungry, talented squad. So I think they're looking to repeat that and continue to move forward with that. So we're excited for that.
You touched on this earlier, and I did too. You have one meet in this school year, and that's coming up in February. It's kind of a different type meet, but then again, everything's different these days. It's the Indoor Conference Track Meet / the Great American Conference Cross Country Championships. How do you go about preparing for that, because you have so many athletes that cross over?
Yeah, I think our biggest thing is going to be, again, adjusting to change and finding the positive and try to be great in everything that we do. Our biggest goal in terms of conference is our conference cross country meet. But then we also have athletes that are, quality and good enough to make the indoor national team on the track. So we're detailing everything out. We want to make sure that we try to give them an opportunity to make it to the indoor national track meet, but at the same time being competitive in the cross country and bringing home another trophy. So It's going to take a lot of detail. It's going to take a lot of focus and discipline, but I think we definitely have the group that's fully capable of doing that. So we're excited about that.
How much, Frezer, have you had to lean on the veteran Ford Maston during times like this? Because, again, you're transitioning from one school now to OBU. You're dealing with all this other stuff. You guys, I think, would have to put your heads together and devise a dual game plan, wouldn't you, for whatever season you may have?
Absolutely. You know, one thing with Ford is he definitely knows how to win. He's figured out the recipe in how to get it done. So that's the biggest thing to take away from him, his experience and what he's seen throughout the sport, and also his competitiveness. That's something that our athletes feel. They know that when we go into meets, we're not looking, everybody respects that uniform that they have on and being able to see them. So, learning from him and kind of taking that winning attitude and adding it to what we're doing and building what we're doing. So that's the biggest thing, honestly.
You obviously are the head cross country coach. We've said that, but what is your role as the assistant track and field coach?
I mainly focus with our distance, more 800 and up, 800 mile and 5K, 10K. So we kind of get deep, once we get to indoor track and outdoor track, we're a little bit more on the distance side. So again, that it becomes very comprehensive when we go to conference and national meet as a team. But I'm in charge of our distance runners on the track team.
How's recruiting going?
It's great. This has kind of been my first year recruiting our new class, since I kind of came in at a very interesting time, and then obviously the school being shut down. But we have some really talented kids that we're looking to that have already committed, that have already signed, and then we got a couple of kids that we're waiting on. We think highly of. I think we're going to have a really good top level class that's coming in. And that's what makes it exciting.
Has it helped you, having coached in Oklahoma at the high school and the college level and participated in collegiate track at the University of Oklahoma? You're already familiar with a lot of the territory that you're going to be recruiting.
Absolutely. One thing that I believe is I think Oklahoma has a lot of talent, a lot of kids that are, that are very talented, and they might not have the time, they might not have the things that other states have, but talent level, I really don't put it second to none. I think it's something that I really look to thrive under, in focusing in our Oklahoma kids and getting those top level kids. And we are right now we're getting the very talented top level Oklahoma kids are choosing OBU and making it home over any Division I, any class type. So we're super excited about that. And I think being able to be part of it and being involved with it for so long, I think that's definitely has helped me for sure.
I'm going to tell you, OBU's hit a home run with you, man. I hate to run, but I'm about ready to put on some jogging pants, come over there, run for you. You're excited, man.
Let's do it. Let's do it. We'll get you going.
I promise you. You don't want that. You're dealing with COVID right now. You don't need another problem on your hands. Great to meet you, Coach. Hey, if I could ever help you promote your program anyway, just let me know, please. Thanks for giving us the time.
Thank you so much. It's great to meet you, and we're excited.
All right, that's Frezer Legesse, the first-year head cross-country coach at Oklahoma Baptist University, joining us on this edition of Todd Talk. That's going to wrap it up for this edition. We'll see you again next time. Todd Talk is a presentation of Oklahoma Baptist University's Department of Athletic Communications. Until next time, so long, everybody.